5, 4, 3, 2.
Hi, I'm Kyle. Welcome to our February edition of W-OLGC TV News. We have a lot of stuff to get to, so let's start with Jackson with kindergarten.
Hey Kyle, the children just recently celebrated the 100th day of school on February 11th. They had a great time celebrating the over halfway mark until they come to the big school. They read tasty stories about the 100th day and made a 100-length snake in class. In the mornings, in kindergarten, the students always thank God for all their blessings, in which include family, education, and people like us. The students also enjoyed their Valentine's Day party last week when the room moms delivered mouth-watering treats. They also got to share their thoughtful Valentine's Day cards. In math, the students have been counting forward by 1s, 5s, and 10s to 100s. They are also counting backwards by 1s. They're also making a weather chart for the 28 days in February.
Wow, that's a lot. Let's hope the days go by fast. I'm ready for spring break. Now let's head over to Jordan with 1st and 2nd grade.
Thanks, Kyle. The first graders are learning about the natural resources and how to take care of them. It is a fun lesson for the kids. In religion, the students are getting ready for Lent. They have given it a lot of thought as to what they will sacrifice for Jesus. In math, the students are working on their 10s and 1s. The 2nd grade has a lot going on too. In math, they are learning about regrouping and subtraction. They also have a really big sacrament coming up, which is the sacrament of reconciliation. In science, they are learning about the solar system. They are also working on their special friend project, where they write really nice things about a classmate. It's a great way to learn more about each other. I think the 1st and 2nd graders really enjoyed their Valentine's Day. I think the whole school enjoyed the parties and sweet treats. I know I did.
I love the treats too, Jordan. Thanks. Now let's head over to Hugh to find out what's happening in 3rd and 4th grade.
Hi, Kyle. The kids in 4th grade are working hard on their division facts, while the kids in 3rd grade are doing lots of reading. In ILA, the 3rd graders are reading a nonfiction story in their readers about trees. Their next story will be called Ask the Experts. They are also learning how to write about capital letters in cursive. In math, they are making paper hearts with multiplication problems inside. They are also doing times tests, and when they are finished, they all receive a trophy. In social studies, they are learning about the Great Migration and the Civil War. In religion, they are learning about our parish and how important it is to attend church. In science, they are learning how the earth changes and how natural disasters occur. In 4th grade math, the students are working hard on their division facts, learning how to determine elapsed time, and soon will be learning lots of fractions and seeing how much they know with the pizza fraction activity. In ILA, their storytime theme this week is a story porcoy tale, and the students will be creating their own. So be sure to check out the 4th grade hallway for some great porcoy tales. In religion, the students are doing their daily paper for Bishop O'Connell and are learning the parts of the Mass. In social studies, the students just finished learning about the major battles of the Revolutionary War. And in honor of President's Day, each student will create an American flag to show the interest about our amazing presidents. Now I have a good trivia craft question for you, Kyle. Which president came up with the New Deal?
I think Franklin Roosevelt. Right, Hugh?
That's very good. You should be proud of yourself.
Thanks, Hugh. Now let's head over to Luke to figure out what's happening in 5th grade. I hear in social studies they just finished learning the New Deal.
That's right, Kyle. But now the students are starting the stock market game. They also have a lot on their plate this week. And speaking of plates, the students are finishing up Fraction Cafe in math. Boy, they had a lot of fun with that, but especially enjoyed eating all the treats their classmates made using measurements and fractions. In religion, the students are working on skits of their favorite parables and Bible stories. And in ILA, they are learning all about nouns. In science, the students are learning all about all kinds of landforms, like mountains and hills. As you can see, Kyle, the 5th graders are buried under a mountain load of work. Get it? Not that funny.
Got it. Thanks, Luke. I'm sure the 6th graders are just as busy in math, right, Colleen?
That's right, Kyle. The junior high math in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade are working very hard. In 6th and 7th grade, the students are learning about geometry. They are doing lots of projects using compasses and protractors. Make sure you have your protractors and compasses 6th and 7th grade. You are going to need them. In 8-2, they are also learning geometry. In 8-1, the students are learning high school algebra. They are learning polynomials, which means many terms, including variables. They are also learning factoring. As you can see, they are very busy upstairs.
Thanks, Colleen. Sounds like the students are shaking and moving in math. I also hear that things are heating up in science, right, Carolina?
That's right, Kyle. The students are learning about the different energy forms in science.
The 6th grade is learning about kinetic energy in movement and thermal energy that uses heat. The 7th grade is learning about the process of inherited traits and using Punnett squares to represent those traits, while the 8th grade is beginning to learn about how atoms bond together.
And I'm sure that takes up a lot of energy too, Kyle.
Thanks, Carolina. Now let's catch up with Brianna to see what's happening in social studies in ILA.
Hey, Kyle. In 6th grade social studies, I learned about the Arab Empire.
The 7th grade is learning about the writing of our Constitution and the difficulty that came with uniting the 13 colonies. The 8th grade is learning about World War I. In ILA, the 6th graders are creating a storybook using their fractured fairy tale, and they are doing illustrations with the help of Mrs. Christ. Mrs. Casey is providing assistance to make the book using the website Story Jumpers. The class is participating their writing skills while having fun. The 7th graders are reading The Outsiders, and the 8th graders are writing a research paper providing that virtues exit in literature.
That's all for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade ILA and social studies.
Wow, Brianna, that's cool. Now let's head over to James to see gym, computer, and Spanish.
That's right, Kyle. You can check out the story and activity videos the 2nd grade students created under educational technology at our school's website. Did you know that all students' work is saved on an e-portfolio? The 3rd and 5th graders are exploring biomes in computers. They've been researching biomes like tundras, grasslands, deserts, forests, and taigas. The students in 4th grade just finished the collage of me portraits and are now creating mystery bookmarks. Also in computers, the 6th graders had just finished researching ancient Egypt culture. And 7th graders are just making stop motion movies about cells. The 8th graders are learning about the history and technology and important people in the field of computing. In gym this month, the students are participating in the sport of volleyball. They are learning 6 basic skills, which are setting, spiking, serving, blocking, passing, and digging. In Spanish, the 3rd graders are working on the days of the week. The 4th graders are working on food, and the 5th graders have just finished learning about Spain. The 6th, 7th, and 8th graders are working on Spanish grammar, like turning subjects into pronouns, into conjugating verbs. That sure is hard work, man.
Sure is, James. Before we end our newscast, let's head over to Eddie to look at the success of Catholic Schools Week. Eddie?
Hi, Kyle. Catholic Week didn't start off right away this year due to the weather, but boy, wasn't it an exhilarating week. When we did get back to school on Wednesday, we had an amazing kickoff of the week with Mass in the morning, and a nerve-wracking song with Eddie Diggs, that's me, as our winner. On Thursday, our 8th graders became the teachers of the school, along with the presentation of penmanship awards and our distinguished graduate, Mr. Ryan Peters. Friday was a great close to the week, as we had our annual Spirit Wear Day, game show, and pep rally. Now let's flip it to Nick at the pep rally.
I'm here live at the pep rally, and as you can see, the sound barriers are breaking as we enter the new contest. This is a very exciting crowd, and everyone at the is having a great time.
Thanks, Nick. The pep rally is full of fun games for the whole school and great competition between the A and B homer. I know everybody had a great time during Catholic Schools Week. I know I did too.
I did too. And congrats on winning the spelling bee, Eddie.
Thanks.
That's all we have for this latest edition of W-OLGC TV News. See you next time.